sometimes you're going to get lost. Lost in the world of your thoughts that sometimes have nothing anymore to do with how life for you really is. You live in a dream world. You live in a fantasy world. This can happen very, very quickly if you are using too much of these type of methods. Music, self-affirmation, visualization, all of these things, if you do not test, because from time to time that test is just gonna show you, and that's where you really are, and then you readjust. But if you have all of these methods which pump you up, but you never do the testing, then I would say be careful about that one.
Hello everyone, my name is ArizenjiTSF and welcome back to another episode of Ronin's Mind, episode 23. For this episode will be called Lost Minded, or in parentheses, Overthinker. It's amazing how we get lost in our own mind. World of thoughts can be addictive to those who constantly love the reality of contentment, freedom, stress-free, etc. What I mean by this is that we're so caught up in the fact of thinking about certain realities that we want for ourselves and wish that we can have them set in the real world that we are in, and we always think about it constantly over and over and over again, and it's something that we don't really take in well, because the more you keep thinking about these things and not do it, it would just only be not reality. So the problem with people nowadays is that they're so obsessed with the reality of having this said thing but never put in the work for it. And I feel like if you have the mindset of knowing what you want, that's good enough for you to actually put in the effort for the reality that you want for yourself. If you want to get big in the gym and stuff like that, well, you think about the body that you want, you imagine it, and you strive for it and work towards that body that you imagine for yourself. And 99 to 100% of the time, if you put in enough time and discipline and effort towards what you want, it will become a reality. It will become real. So when I say that people get lost in their own mind, it's a thing that constantly a lot of people do, because people want this and that but are always overwhelmed by the first step. It is usually the first step that gets people, and I am one of them. I am definitely one of them, and I'm still fixing it, and this month is the fixing. And I can't wait to bring more to this channel and more along the way, just to show that I am willing to do more, especially in the good year of December, which I love December. December is like the time of spirits and giving a little, and overall great atmosphere, and I feel like I work best in that, in my personal opinions, so I think it will be great. Contentment, freedom, stress-free. Contentment is just something that people want. It's understandable. People want a better life. Don't want to be, always pushed to the edge all the time, but that's how life is. You gotta evolve with the challenges that you're given and the things that change around your atmosphere, your surroundings, your environment, things of that nature. So you can never be content what you have, because there's always more for you out there in the world for you to reach. Freedom, paying bills, taxes, inflation with certain things, or just enslaved to your own work environment or yourself when it comes to substance abuse, all that problems that enslave the mind, that always makes you stay stagnant or chained to where you are. And to that I say, always put yourself first before anything. Yes, I understand bills are very important. I know taxes are very important. Jobs are definitely important for money and stuff like that, especially in this month, since Black Friday will be coming up soon. And just so much is going on, prices, inflation, all this stuff, so we don't know what to do, and it doesn't feel like we have freedom or many other outlets for us to feel happy as much as we used to, compared to back then when nothing much was going on in the world. Now things are rapidly picking up. It's becoming faster. More things are happening around the world. Things are changing rapidly, drastically, and it's crazy. So it's hard for us to perceive where very on eyes and still feel calm and steady and at ease. But to that's something that we all should work towards, just to develop that freedom that we want for ourselves, is to always change along with your environment. Be flexible, accept what is, and become one with it. Stress-free, same thing, like I was talking about how people get stressed over their job, and many other outlets are not really working, so they always create new ones, sometimes non-healthy ones. And to that, I really hope that with this will help others to strive for something else, doing stuff like YouTube videos, doing art, writing, reading, creating something that is new to the seeing eye is always good for you. Working out is definitely the best thing for you as well, because you're just putting all that energy and the focus, that anger, all of these things that you have bothering you into the gym. You're leaving it in the gym, which just feels so good and feels so freeing, which leads back to freedom as well. It's all looped and is all connected within the mind, soul, and body. And for that, you should always look after yourself, no matter what it is, for you to become stress-free and have freedom and be less content to what you have. But never try to make it come true. How can you? But never try to make it come true. How can you imagine these outcomes and yet never try to achieve these goals you see yourself in? When I say this, people always imagine these goals for themselves. They have these outcomes that they see themselves in, etc., and they never try to work for it. And to that, I think that is a problem, because you can't expect for you to imagine these outcomes for you but not put in the work for that said outcome. You have to earn it. As much as you wish it was handed to you, it's not handed to you. Life is way too challenging. It was meant to be challenging for you to always have these mindsets, for you to think, to even consider having a idea of these goals. And usually the bigger the goal, the more challenging it is. So take each small step towards that goal that you want for yourself, and continually strive for it and continue to do well, and one day you will achieve that said goal, and it will feel way more pleasing, because not only you got the experience from getting to that goal, but you'll also have the lessons along with it, the wisdom to give others if they ever want to be in your shoes and be better. And you just feel good that you know that you're not like the average person, because at least you tried to achieve one of your dreams that usually other people will quit on because they think they're just not good enough, or they think it's unrealistic. There's just so many excuses that people will make for these like ideas that they want to have, but yet they never do them. It's like the same thing with New Year's resolutions. People always say, I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna stay on the diet this time for this New Year's, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna quit this and that, but yet ended up falling back into the same loop once again, in that very spot that they said themselves that they would never do in their New Year's resolution. It's the same concept. So that's something to always keep in mind. When you say you're going to do something, it is best to do it than always say it. Because when you say it, it just becomes words. And usually, actions speak louder than words. Test yourself to these thoughts. You have to fight for them, as they are your motivation to a happier life. With dreams come challenges. With challenges come lessons. And with lessons is the ambition. When I say this, it is something that, like I said before, is life will always test you. So you have to push and challenge your beliefs, your resolve, your discipline, your effort to do things that you want to do. And today should be your starting point before the New Year's. I want to start a new movement to where you start your resolutions way earlier, before 2024. With that in mind, it's something that you should do, because so many people get caught up with the whole recycling this and that. You might as well should start now. And when you say, hey, when people ask you what's your New Year's resolution, well, you practically already started. And this is the new chapter into your new life, but you already began it last year at the very end. Remember, endings lead to new beginnings. So think of it like a starting point from the end to a new beginning. I probably could have said it a bit better, but right now it's the main thing that I felt like it comes to mind for me, so I can do more, and also it helps me. And I really came out with this like last night, and I'm kind of pleased with the idea because it feels more natural to me, and I feel like I can do this because I'm not so focused on, oh, it's a beginning. I have to do this, I have to do that. I have to really focus, put in effort and stuff like that, overwhelm myself, and then burning myself out right from the get-go before I can even start. Slow starts, in my opinion, are the best way to get into things and bring more motivation and a more rhythm to your character. And for that, you should always strive to become better as soon as possible, instead of waiting for a new chapter for yourself. Remember, you are the writer to your story, and for that, this is up to you, whether you start now or never. Me personally, I'd rather start now than forever stuck in the never, because usually the never leads to stagnant loss, and you don't improve, you don't feel like you achieved anything, and you feel like you did everything for nothing. So starting now brings more beginnings and new happy lives to you and to the ones around you that you want to show them how much you change and how much you better yourself. Test yourself. because the more you test yourself, the challenges you can overcome, and the challenges you overcome comes with lessons, and from the lessons brings ambition to yourself to want more for your future self. It's like you're becoming a whole new person that's better, stronger, and just overall better for your character. So keep that in mind. Without testing yourself with these thoughts, filling your mind with only N and just dream. In life, dream can turn into a reality, but at a cost of testing yourself and changing oneself to evolve to be better. When I say that, if you're always filling yourself up with thoughts that you have, like you're always filling yourself up with ideas and more ideas and this and that, more and more and more, but never do the testing, you are just wasting energy on something that you could have been putting into making those ideas come to light. You have to understand that if you don't do it, you lose it. And I learned that the hard way a lot when it came to me writing, because I used to be somewhat okay at writing. I actually enjoyed it. I loved it very much, and I stopped for a very long time, and now I kind of lost it. But I'm getting it back ever so slightly and more better as of today. And it's leading me down to writing these Ronin Minds episodes now. Like, it's not scripting, it's more mental noting of what I want to talk about. So I'm more organized, and it feels more authentic, more better, and also it's so much more easier for me to do the things that I want to do and not have it very, very jumbled and kind of look like it's forced. And that's pretty much it. It's really all that simple. If you don't test yourself with the ideas you have, then you will never become what you want for yourself that you really want to achieve. Testing yourself comes with challenges, and challenges comes with lessons, and lessons comes with ambition. Without the challenges, you would never have the lessons, and without the lessons, you would never have the ambition to do the things that you want to do and make yourself better. A bit of a short one. Well, actually, I wouldn't say short. This was actually a good, decent video, and I really hope it turns out well. And I plan on uploading more now, especially in this month. I'm challenging myself this month to upload almost every day. That is the plan, and that's what I'm gonna do. So stay tuned for that. I'll probably get out more gaming videos and more Ronin Minds videos, depending on what I would do in this short time period or what I have, due to me like being occupied with certain things. But that is the goal, and I hope I can achieve that in this month. So this has been ArizenjiTSF, and I would like to see you on the next episode next time, my fellow Ronins. Take care, and I hope you have a great holiday. Farewell.